Welcome back to Lost Legacies.
A Hidden City Book Company production.
I'm Matt.
And I'm Sam.
And I'm Dad.
Yay!
Dad's here, everyone.
Dad's
Hello.
back.
Hello, everyone.
I feel like it's
Missed
been a little
y'all.
while. Yeah, it's been a little while.
Been a while.
Yep.
We don't have a topic today, which means
Do
we're
we
just
ever?
we're just going to be talking about anything and everything.
All right.
So, let's get into the nerdy. Oh, okay, hang on, real quick. We do have a Buns and Bullets episode coming up. I don't know when. It'll come out when it comes out.
Mm-hmm.
All right? There you go. Other than that, that's it for Lost Legacies news.
Oh, okay.
In other news, how about that Avengers trailer?
Yeah. I have too many questions.
It's a pretty good trailer, yeah.
Yes, I enjoyed the trailer. It wasn't the best trailer, but I'm hopeful for this movie. It's just really weird because I feel like there's almost like no lead up to this. Whereas the last ones, it always felt like the movies or TV shows before were leading to it.
Yeah.
You know? So now it's just like, okay, we're just throwing all these different characters in.
Yeah.
Okay. So, a part of that's on me. I never saw Thunderbolts. I didn't see Captain America Brave New World. I think that's what it's called. So I definitely need to go catch up on those. But still, like the older ones, it really felt like it was an event and it was building. And this one just seems like, nope. We're bringing a bunch of people back. I was like,
Yeah.
okay. So,
So am I going to have to catch up?
probably.
Yeah.
Oh,
Especially
man.
just seeing all these characters, showing up.
Yeah,
So,
you got, what, 5 months, Dad?
And how
Yeah.
many movies?
27.
20? Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know.
You have
But Dad and I are like, we're pretty good. We only watch the ones that I think like Dad would enjoy and or are important, So I don't know. So far I didn't see Fantastic Four either. So I think that might be the only one that like really had like a lead into this.
Yeah, I guess so.
Because none of the other movies, again, I didn't see Fantastic Four, so I don't really know what was in there.
Yeah.
But I'm kind of curious because, like, okay, this is obviously multiverse. We already know Robert Downey Jr. is playing Doom. So this is going to be like an evil version of Tony Stark from across the multiverse.
No, I don't think it is. And I think
Okay.
they've come out and said that. I think they've come out and said that they just don't address it. They don't address that it's Robert Downey Jr. Like,
Interesting.
yeah. So I don't know. Maybe that means that he doesn't take his mask off in the movie. Like, who knows? Maybe that's the next movie. But yeah.
Well, and that's something like a lot of people are talking about as well, because the next movie is Avengers Secret Wars. So is this still like a part 1, part 2 thing?
Yeah. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, fully, because like it's like Matt and I were talking about off pod. There's a lot of people that were announced to be in these movies that didn't show up in the trailer. So, either they're saving them for this movie or they're all eventually gonna show up, and I'm sure they're gonna show up in the next movie as well.
Yeah.
So yeah. Yeah.
Is Secret Wars the one with the scrolls in
No.
the comics? No.
No.
Is it
Oh.
multiverse?
Well, no, Secret Invasion was the one with the scrolls.
Okay, so Secret Wars was, I guess, kind of what they're leading here, like a multiverse thing.
Yeah, kind of. So Secret Wars is weird because like the original Secret Wars back in like the 70s or 80s, that was its own thing. Everybody got like put on a planet and they were like fighting each other. It was it's kind of like a toy tie-in kind of gimmick. And out of that, we got the black symbiote suit for Spider-Man. This time around, I think what they're pulling from is from the comic run that was a couple of years, 5-ish, maybe 6 years ago, of the same name, Secret Wars, where Doctor Doom essentially like gathered a bunch of cosmic powers, uh, destroyed the Ultimate Universe, smashed it into the canonical 616 universe, and then reformed it as Battle World, which is set up like all these different
Hmm.
like fractured pieces of the planet that all have like their own theme. Mr. Sinister controlled one of them.
Hmm.
Um there's a whole bunch of other stuff. He essentially like made the Thors, which is like every Thor across the universe, like his like police force essentially. Um and yeah, and he's just kind of ruling
Hmm.
over the whole thing.
It's
Hmm.
Yeah.
yeah,
Interesting.
interesting. Like where do okay, so when does that one come out? It's just like 1 year after, right? Is that 2027? Secret Wars?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so we're getting one this Christmas and then part two is the next Christmas.
Yeah, probably.
Okay, so yeah, I just don't know. Like I'm trying to like visualize what this means, what this looks like. Are any other movies going to come out between these two?
Mhm.
I mean, we figured we would know by now if there's just
Yeah.
a 1 year separation.
Yeah, I guess that's true. I'm also out of the loop like when it comes
Hmm.
to a lot of the superhero stuff, so but yeah, I don't think we've had any announcement for another Marvel movie. So
Yeah,
who
maybe we
knows?
don't.
Maybe we don't.
That's crazy because I'm thinking like, well, what happens to the rest of the universe if we do end in like Battle World or something?
Mhm.
Huh. And also, I mean, they already filmed Armor Wars, which was War Machine was getting a show, and then they decided just to make it a movie.
Yeah.
Who knows when that's coming? They finished the Vision Quest, which is Vision got his own show.
Mhm.
Who knows when we're getting that? Like,
Mhm.
it just I don't know. This feels just kind of very like spitball together. Like I don't know what's happening.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hmm.
I don't know. I'm not sure. It's interesting cuz it's like I do think that there's a very light through line between a lot of the stuff that we've gotten with like the movies and the shows, where I think after the next Avengers movie, Secret Wars, I think we're gonna be fully done with multiverse. Like
I hope so.
I think that's the thing. Like they're gonna wrap it up, and we're gonna basically start with like we're hitting refresh on the MCU, and everything after Secret Wars is gonna be a new like it's a new thing, you know? Kind of like the new 52 with DC, you know, where it's just like, hey, we're
Yeah.
resetting back to issue one, you
So
know?
Dad and I was talking about that. Does that mean we're getting new Captain America, new Iron Man? Are we just recasting? Like,
I mean, I don't know. You
hmm,
know, I don't know. They haven't said, and at this point, I'm kind of tired of speculating. It's like
yeah.
whatever happens, happens. You know,
We're just
um,
along for the ride.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Essentially, you know, the cool thing about this is that I'm hoping is that it's finally actually truly madly deeply a send off to the Fox X-Men. We're
Yeah.
finally saying goodbye, you
Hmm.
know, and hopefully that means that, you know, they're not like hopefully this means I don't have to see Patrick Stewart violently murdered again. Um because it'll be the fourth time that it's happened, you know,
We've
and
seen
I'm like,
Professor X die so many times.
yeah, I'm tired of it. I'm tired of it,
Yeah.
man. It's like, don't do that. um yeah,
Hmm.
so I'm hoping that it's like a it's like a proper Lost send off where they get like the Michael Giacchino piano music, and you know
They're
it's
all in a
quiet,
church
it's
hugging.
quiet. Yeah, they're all in a church holding hands,
Hmm.
waiting for the doors to open,
Hmm.
and then there you go. And then when we
Hmm.
get into the Marvel, the true MCU X-Men movies, then you can do all the Sentinels trying to murder them again, and Mr.
Yeah.
Sinister showing up, Apocalypse, do all that again. But like,
Yeah.
yeah, I
So
don't need to say goodbye by just like violently murdering these characters.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Now, of course, we
Uh-oh.
could have a lead up to Doomsday, and that could be in Spider-Man.
But I don't think that's gonna happen because
I don't.
they haven't done it with the Spider-Man movies. The Spider-Man movies have always been, yes, in the MCU, but also they're their own thing, you
Well,
know?
I agree, and I'm not really bought in that something's going to happen, but at the same time, I'm like, each movie gets closer and closer to not their own thing. They always have some kind of crossover, and that's our kind of main complaint. We don't have a Spider-Man movie where it's just Spider-Man. There's
Yeah.
always another character helping him. This time we have Hulk and Punisher. I'm
Hmm.
like, okay, all right. But it's really intriguing that we don't know who the villain is, and the movie comes out in 2 weeks,
Yeah.
and I'm like, okay, why are they trying to keep this hidden? And good on them because in the last one, everyone knew the Spideys were coming back.
Hmm.
We knew Toby and Andrew were
Hmm.
coming back, but this one, like, nobody knows. Is Sadie
Yeah.
Sink playing Jean Grey?
Yeah.
Like, what
I
other
don't know.
character would justify the levels of secrecy this movie has around it?
I, I don't know. I don't know. I it's
I don't know either.
it's also this thing where it's just like there are a number of actors that are in the movie that I'm like, well, we don't know who they're playing. Um, it kind of reminds me back during when they were filming The Dark Knight,
Hmm.
and we found out what's his name, Michael C. Hall, had been cast in The Dark Knight, and
Oh yeah,
everybody was
yeah,
like, who's Michael C. Hall playing? Oh, I
yeah,
don't know. Maybe he's the Riddler actually, and they're gonna set up for the Riddler this way. And then it
yeah,
turned out he's just like a newscaster, and it's fine.
yeah,
Um, and I'm like,
yeah,
like sure, like Sadie Sink could be Jean Grey. She could be a plethora of characters.
yeah.
Um, she could be no one. And like she could be a wholly original character that just shows up for this movie and then that's it. And I'm like, okay, cool. Like it's a misdirection, I'm
Mm,
like, I just want to have a good time. I just want to
me
get in
too.
the theater,
Me
get my
too.
popcorn, and just watch
I,
the movie. Like, yeah.
I'm not buying that though, because like we do know the Marvel talks started happening immediately after what was it, season 4 of Stranger Things when she
Yeah.
had her big moment.
Yeah.
So we knew that. That's when all the rumors started.
Hmm.
We know she's in this movie. We don't know who she's playing. Pretty much the review, not I don't know the reviews, but like the people, I guess the press who has seen the movie,
Hmm.
they're all under NDA, so they can't talk. But they have been saying that like she owns this movie in the third act. So I'm like,
Okay.
okay, all right, and she's involved in all the press tour, which
Mm.
seems kind of weird because like she can't talk about anything. She's literally like every question is like, "How do you handle secrecy?" Blah blah blah. She's like, "I don't know. I just do." And she looks so uncomfortable through this entire press
Yeah.
tour. And I'm just like, that sucks.
Yeah. That
So
does suck.
I I really think they're building her for something. There was a new trailer that dropped today. Did you see it? The final trailer.
Oh, no.
It's kind of just more of the same. No Punisher. We don't see any Punisher in it.
Oh, weird.
Uh, but it's it's like half the thing is like what's it called? It's just footage from the first three movies and kind of building it, and you see the story of Peter and MJ and what's the friend's name?
Ned.
Ned. It's like okay, cool, and then you get to this new movie and you kind of see where things are, and it's like okay, so
Hmm.
it's really building up that element. But we see more of the Scorpion fight,
Hmm.
and Peter says something quippy to Scorpion, and he says, "You think I'm Scorpion?" I'm like, "Well,
Mm.
aren't you not? You have the scorpion tail." So everyone's like, "What does that mean?"
Oh,
I'm like,
gosh.
"I don't know." Maybe
Ay, ay.
Scorpion's being controlled by someone else. Who knows?
That's the most likely thing, you know.
Yeah.
I don't. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I don't know. Dad, we might have to replace Sam because Sam's just done with it. He's just like, I'm just gonna watch this and see if I like it or
I
not.
mean, I'm like, look, I'm
we
sorry. It's like
we're a podcast. We gotta talk about something.
I yeah, yeah. No, Dad, did you watch the last Spider-Man movie? No Way Home?
Yeah. With the multiple
Yeah.
Spider-Man.
Okay, cool.
No, with the
With
multiple
Toby and
Spider-Man.
Andrew.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Yeah, I saw
Okay,
that one.
good. Good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Cool.
I laughed, I cried. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. All right. Well, I don't know. I don't know where Dad is on the rewatch. So I'm like,
That's
Neither
true.
does Dad.
yeah, neither
That's
does
true.
Dad. Yeah.
Next up is Wakanda Forever.
Oh, that's a good one.
Oh,
That's a good one.
really? Do I have to?
You're gonna
Mm-hmm.
cry. You're gonna cry.
No, I
What
don't
do you
want
mean? Do you have to? What do
Yeah.
you mean? Do you
Okay.
have to?
I'm
Do you
sorry.
want to get? Do you want to get ready for Doomsday or not?
No, all right.
Well, okay, and I will say
Okay, I
this.
guess so.
I'm
Yeah.
glad you bring that up because when I was watching the trailer and kind of what I said, like there really seems like no lead up to this
Mm-hmm.
movie, I kind of feel like the Wakanda stuff's really the only part that is kind of intriguing because Wakanda Forever, if you remember or if you saw the trailer, it's all about Wakanda and Atlantis.
Yeah.
It's Atlantis and Mars, right? Oh, it's
Mm-hmm.
Atlantis in both Marvel and DC, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, well,
They give it a different name for Wakanda Forever because
yeah,
they're explicitly tying it to Latin America, but I forgot what they called it. So
Latin America, Atlantis.
yeah.
Atlantis of America. I don't know. So yeah, so like we know where that relationship is in that movie, and it looks like that story is going to continue directly in this.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, all right, well that's cool. At least that seems like something that's progressing, or there at least that foundation was built before this movie. So
Hmm.
I don't know.
Hmm.
So yeah, I watched the movie on like -100 speed. I don't know, whatever, and like it turned a 2 minute trailer into like 10. I was just like looking at every shot,
Oh
trying to see.
God.
There wasn't really anything
Don't tell me you're
surprising.
like this.
I was for this. I was for this.
I will say this. I saw the trailer again. This is the third time I've seen it, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Because I had to show Cat. I was like, oh, I was so
Mm-hmm.
lost in it yesterday that I forgot to show Cat. So I showed Cat today. And I did notice that in some of the shots, specifically like Doom, kind of towards like the end of the trailer, um, there's a shot as like Thor's like running up to him. There's like a silhouette standing behind Doom that's really tall.
Mm-hmm.
And I
Hmm.
think if I'm piecing stuff together, I think that like desert kind of place where the water is all like being
Mm-hmm.
held back, that like the Fantastic Four and the Wakandans are, I think that's gonna be like our big battlefield for maybe the climax of the movie. I don't know,
Mm-hmm.
but I think that's where they're at. There's also the shot, which we've seen before because they released like the little smaller like teasers for this, and
Mm-hmm.
in the X-Men one, we saw the shot of Cyclops ripping off his visor and like his optic blast shooting out, and the Sentinel legs are behind him. The
Mm-hmm.
real Sentinel legs, not the
Mm-hmm.
bogus ones that we've gotten before. So I'm thinking that that shot also takes place during the Doom battle. And I
Mm-hmm.
think that's a Sentinel standing behind Doctor Doom.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know,
Interesting. Yeah, so so I did notice that in the Wakanda stuff or the Atlantis stuff,
hmm
there's the Wakandans are there,
hmm
but then Sue Storm and Ben Grimm are there,
hmm
and
hmm
then New Avengers are there. I was like, or no, not all of them. I think it's actually just what's his name? Agent guy, Agent Man, U.S. Agent.
Oh,
What's his
okay.
name? Walker, John Walker.
Yeah.
He's there. He might be the only one, but I think Cap is there. Sam Wilson Cap, and then his buddy
Falcon.
Falcon. Falcon's there.
Hmm
So I'm like, okay, so and you don't really see Falcon. You just kind of see him in the background through the trailer. So I'm like,
Yeah.
okay. So I'm like, okay, so we do know that they're going to be splitting up in multiple parts. There's a shot when you first see Fantastic Four walking in, and like Thor's behind them. I'm like,
Hmm.
okay, does he beat them? Because he kind of seems like maybe team leader here. We talked about it off pod of how it's kind of cool to have like Thor is the last original guy there.
Yeah.
Till we see Steve at the end. I'm like,
Hmm.
okay, but also who's Thor talking about? Because he talked about all his allies who are super powerful who got wiped out.
Hmm.
Well, I I so my thinking is that he's giving this inspiring speech to all of these people because most of them are new.
Mm-hmm.
And the Thunderbolts, the new Avengers, whatever you want to call them, like if you watch their movie, they're all aggro. They're all over it, and they're all just like, I've got a chip on my shoulder, and that means I'm the main character. And I think
Mm-hmm.
at this point, like Thor has leveled out and is now like he has become the leader in his own right. And I think
Mm-hmm.
he's trying to get everybody working together. So I think that's him saying like, "Hey, some of us in this room have done this before." And I
Yeah.
think he's talking about like, I mean, the Thanos battle. Like they lost a lot of Asgardians. They lost a lot of people.
Mm.
Yeah.
Asgard's gone. It's destroyed.
Mm-hmm.
All of the Warriors 3 from the other Thor movies, they're all dead.
Yeah.
Loki, he still thinks Loki's dead.
Yeah.
So like there are a lot of people, and then also like their compatriots, like when they're fighting, in Wakanda and Infinity War and all that, like a lot of those people died.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
he's
So
basically just saying we
oh, Iron
survived.
Man, Iron Man's dead. That's
Yeah,
like the biggest one,
we
So
we
it's like,
survived Infinity War and Endgame, and
yeah,
that's small potatoes compared to Doomsday. That's basically what he was saying.
yeah, that's what he's saying. He's
Okay.
just like, I've seen people die in battles that have scared me worse than this one does,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like, okay, cool. Like, yeah.
Yeah. Interesting. Everyone kind of thinks this is Thor's last outing. Even though Hemsworth has said he wants to do like a serious Thor movie,
Mm,
something epic. I've enjoyed the Thor ones, but they have kind of been a bit comedic, you
mm-hmm,
know. And I think he wants to do something a little more
mm-hmm.
lore heavy, a little darker.
Yeah.
I'm like,
The
all
last
right,
one did get really silly. And
yeah,
yeah, I didn't really like it.
yeah. Let's give him a proper Asgardian send off. You know what I mean? We
Hey,
don't have to kill him, but
George Miller of Mad Max fame has gone on the record saying he'd love to do a Thor movie.
that'd be so wild.
I'm like, look, do it. Feige, I don't care what you have to move around. You do
Mm-hmm.
it.
Mm-hmm.
Like yeah.
Who else has like a distinct style? Like I guess you could say Kenneth Branagh has that very historical thespian type flair to his movie, so that he does the first one.
Hmm.
Who did Dark World?
Alan Taylor, who up to that point had only done like maybe some smaller movies, but his biggest claim to fame was he did some of like the battle episodes for Game of Thrones.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah.
Yeah. And
But then you
it
get
shows because you're like,
yeah,
oh, this does feel a little more like we're maneuvering around a little bit
yeah.
more,
And then you get Taika Waititi, and I still
Mhm.
enjoyed his run. They felt a little more Guardians of the Galaxy inspired, you know.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, I like George Miller has a unique style. That would be cool. Guillermo del Toro, that would be interesting.
Don't even say it. Don't tempt me. I would love it. Come on. Come on.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think of like directors who have like just something about their movies. You'd be like, oh yeah, I would like to see their take on a magic slash sci-fi film because that's kind of where the Asgardians sit.
Yeah.
Hear me out. You get the director from League of Extraordinary Gentlemen. I don't know.
Oh, okay.
I don't remember who that guy was. But you gotta admit, that movie had style. That might be all it had.
Sure.
It
Yeah.
was held together on style, not very well.
Yeah, yeah, not
Yeah.
very well. Yeah, let's get the guy who made Sean Connery quit acting. Like, Let's get him to do an Avengers, you know.
We'll get the guy who directed RRR.
There,
Yes.
Okay,
now we're
now,
freaking
now,
talking.
now you're
Hmm.
talking.
Now
Now
we're
you're talking.
talking here.
I'll pay cold hard cash to see that
Hmm.
one.
I am in the theater right now, and everybody's telling me I have to leave because the movie doesn't exist yet, and I
Hmm.
don't care. Um,
So last night, uh, I very rarely get on Twitter anymore because I don't really have reason to be there.
mhm.
But I was looking up something, I don't remember what, and I clicked the Twitter link, and in the news feed, it was all Avengers. They're all talking about Doomsday. Everyone is asking about all the other characters. They're like, "Where's Moon Knight? Where's Moon Knight in all of this?" You know, where are the Marvels, Miss Marvel and Captain Marvel? Like, what are they doing? Like,
Mhm.
it's like, yeah, I don't know. I kind of thought, I'm like, is this cast in this first movie all going to get wiped out? And then all this, everyone else is going to get brought back for the sequel? Because I'm like, we haven't seen Spider-Man yet in this one.
True.
We don't know how his movie ends, so who knows?
Mhm.
Um, yeah, I don't know. It's interesting that we haven't seen Doctor Strange, but they're fighting like in, it looks like his sanctum, right? Sanctum Sanctum.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
kind of looks like it.
Yeah. At least part of a few of those shots, but yeah, I don't know.
I don't know.
And like, are we gonna get She-Hulk? You know, because she has her show. I'm trying to think of the other shows. We know Loki's gonna be in this in some way,
Mhm.
but
Mhm.
yeah, I'm curious. Daredevil. Is Daredevil gonna show up
Finally.
finally?
I saw that there was this there's a comic book artist who he'll do like little like tiny like sketches, you know, in between like his big, you know,
Hmm.
his actual career. But he saw on like this was years ago, it was like the Disney cruise, like the Disney cruise line, they had like their own Marvel experience that was tied to like the MCU and
Oh,
stuff.
okay, yeah, yeah.
And when like the multiverse was announced, they had like a different Thanos showed up. He's
Hmm.
like King Thanos. He's got like a beard or whatever. He's got a different outfit. And it's a bunch of all of the other Avengers who weren't in like that final movie.
Hmm.
They're all like piling in on him. Well, and right behind him is Daredevil, you know,
Hmm.
in his, you know, Netflix outfit. And the artist loved it so much. He's just like, I love the thought that like what we were really missing, who we were really missing from Endgame, who was really gonna come in clutch, was the blind lawyer from Hell's Kitchen. And so he drew a little sketch of Daredevil like throwing his little like baton at the back of Thanos' head and knocking him out, and then he just backflips away. It's like
Hey, that's
I'm
what
like,
took
I
out
love that. Yeah.
Nightwing in Injustice. So
Oh, don't get me started. No, what took out Nightwing was the rock that he just conveniently landed his neck on
that's
that
true.
killed him.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah. Well,
comics.
speaking of jumping picket lines, let's jump into the DC universe.
Oh, okay.
Um, I talked to y'all both separately about this, but let's discuss together. I just kind of had the idea the other day, like if you were to take, I guess it doesn't have to be uniquely DC, it could be either. But if you're going
Hmm.
to take like a comic book villain
Oh,
and
yeah.
turn them into a hero, like
Hmm.
what would you do? How would you do it?
Hmm. Hmm.
I think the one I mentioned both to you, so like we talked about Dad and I talked about Poison Ivy.
Hmm.
She kind of seems like a good candidate because she's all about saving the planet. And but at the same time it's like I don't think she would make a good anti-hero. I don't think she'd make a good superhero. You
Mm.
know, I don't really see her as one looking for redemption or anything like that. You know,
Sure. Yeah.
we'll
Yeah.
find her like in some desert country, third world country, trying to bring pet plant life there and grow food for like an impoverished village or something, you know.
Hmm.
But outside of that, she's not going to stick herself out for like to save the world or whatever because she really her goal is to like let nature flourish and you got to kill mankind or at least get
Yeah.
rid of the cities, you know?
Yeah.
So, Yeah, so not her. So even though she does have good in her, not her. Harley
Mhm.
Quinn, I think she's still, even if she only fights bad guys, she's still gonna kill him. She's not really gonna become that hero, you
I
know?
think I think Harley is as good as she's gonna get. You know,
Right. Yeah.
yeah, without fully like changing the character around and
Mm-hmm.
not making her, as chaotic as she is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you and at that point just make up your own character.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I don't know. Like, I think that's kind of what I've been stuck on is that like I'm not exactly sure because so many of the villains, I think they've even, like a couple of times they've tried, to give them redemption arcs. Like,
Mm-hmm.
uh, as recently as about like 5 or so years ago, like Clayface was having a huge redemption arc in the Batman comics. He was part
Mm-hmm.
of the Bat family,
Mm-hmm.
you know. Um, and he was doing rehabilitation and teaming up with Batman and going off on all these adventures. But like that run ended, and then the next time he was brought back, suddenly he was a villain again.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know, because I do think that that it would be cool to see like a bunch of people do that, but to like fully like take a villain and then shift them to the other
Mm-hmm.
spectrum. I'm like, I don't know. That's
It's like
hmm.
who would have that motivation? It's really tough because like a lot of them just seem like, oh, they'll do it for money. That's never exciting, you
Yeah.
know? But then like others are like, well, no, they're straight up crazy. They're psycho. They wouldn't do it because they're crazy, you know?
Hmm.
But like the one I brought up to dad was Mr. Freeze, you know? And like all he really wants is to get his wife back to cure her disease. And I'm like,
Hmm.
hold up a second. You mean at no point Batman's like, Victor, I don't have a cure for your wife, but we have the Justice League Watchtower, which is the most advanced technology that the human race has. If you join us and help us protect the planet, we'll give you all the resources you need to bring back Nora.
Yeah.
Right? It's just like, oh crap, if you just give him the resources, he'll be. I feel like Mr. Freeze has never struck me as a character who would like one turn down an offer like that, but like he's not bad just for bad's sake. Unless it comes to like the people who like obviously got Nora into that position or like because remember like depending on what lore
Hmm.
like she was either in an accident or he was in the accident and that turned him into freeze and all so there is
Yeah,
that, but if
yeah.
you could move past that, then
Yeah, but that's also the thing. Like, I feel like we're very stuck on Mr. Freeze, like constantly having to go through that cycle,
hmm
and you know, ha- how many times, I feel like that's been done before. Like, I feel like that's been done
you think
before.
so?
Yeah, where Batman or Bruce has like reached out to Freeze and been like, "I'll help you cure
Oh,
her,"
well, sure.
but
Yeah.
it never sticks,
Well, it never
you
sticks,
know?
but that's the stuff we never see because the writers don't think we care about that. You know? It's like, okay, well, last time we saw him, Wayne Tech was helping to fund his research or whatever.
Hmm.
Boom, next episode he's a bad guy again. What happened to that? I don't know.
Yeah.
You know? So yeah, but I mean if you actually say, "Hey, join the Justice League." You'll have to wear a anklet monitor, but we'll give you the tech you need.
Yeah. I think yeah. That's
Yeah,
also a
who?
big step up though, because
Yeah,
sorry,
he'd have to work his way up,
Yeah,
but
Mr. Freeze's claim to fame is like he's an ice man and he has a freezing gun.
hmm
Like that's kind of it. If you take away the
yeah,
gun, he does kind of become useless. Yeah,
yeah, that's a good point.
not necessarily a threat. So, you know,
That would be interesting. I wonder, like, hmm,
again, like that also depends, like because there are other
hmm,
like I know in Batman Beyond when he is revived and then he goes crazy again. Like he
hmm,
makes a suit where he can just shoot the ice out of his like
yeah,
wrists, you know.
that's
But
interesting because he's just the head at that point.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah, remember that? Yeah,
Yeah.
he's just the head.
He is just the
Uh,
head. They
Oh
did a whole thing.
man.
He's like now he's a like a synthetic close to human
yeah.
as possible, but
What if
yeah.
he just becomes ice? Like, what if he kind of becomes like Iceman, but like
But just
he could,
permanent
yeah, he could
living
have like,
ice.
he could have a like, yeah, like, we'll kind of think of like Clayface, but ice. Like, what
Hmm.
if he could make a solid body,
Hmm.
or he could just turn into like a snow flurry, you know? That
Oh,
would be interesting.
that's
Like,
crazy
I
actually.
wonder
That's
how
wild.
far you can go with that character. So they asked Bruce Timm uh, a while back, like, where was Poison Ivy in the Batman Beyond era? And
Hmm.
he said something to the fact like she's probably somewhere in a South American rainforest, and she's like become part of the rainforest. It's like her physical body has
Mm.
deteriorated, and she's like evolved, and she is the rainforest now.
Oh, I
And I'm
love
like,
that.
dude,
That's
that's kind of
cool.
cool.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's a whole other discussion. How far can we take these powers? But yeah, Dad, who did you bring up when we were talking about it? We were in line getting fried chicken, and I was asking Dad these questions.
Mm. Yeah.
As is the right time and place
As it
Mm-hmm.
goes, yeah.
for this type
Mm-hmm.
of a question as you're waiting for your three-piece order.
Mm-hmm.
Um, who did I say? I said Poison Ivy.
Oh yeah, we talked about Poison Ivy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Mm.
yeah. I said Poison Ivy, she's like you said, she's out feeding those who don't have,
Mm-hmm.
and she becomes a hero to them,
Yeah.
you know, but I also said there's not a whole lot of depth to her character. You'd
Oh yeah,
you'd
yeah.
you'd really you'd have to give her the complete backstory, and just kind of build up and probably change canon a little bit to do this.
Mm.
Well, I think it's kind of similar to Harley Quinn where it's like I think I think she works I think she works in the capacity that she does. And she's
Yeah, yeah,
I don't think she's gone as far as like Harley has in becoming like an anti-hero and like no longer having the villain status.
yeah.
Um but I also feel like I think that's as far as she's going to go without,
Mm.
like Harley having to, yeah, like you said, like overhaul a lot of stuff and,
Mhm.
like redo a lot
Yeah.
of stuff,
Yeah.
um you know and again, like this is also comics. Like you could do anything. You could write it
Yeah.
Yeah.
anyway.
Yeah.
Like like let's not forget. Like they had a whole like Batman Catwoman war where basically Catwoman called Batman out for not for being a billionaire.
Mm.
Still,
Mm.
Mm.
and that was like a whole thing. And like I don't think that's necessarily Catwoman's deal, but
Yeah.
you can just write comics though anyway.
And I feel like with Harley, they've tried so hard to give her a backstory, like a good backstory, and it's just like it's not really that interesting, you know? Like they try to find, I don't know, maybe justify, you know, the way she turned out, and it's just like we don't need that. We kind of just like her for who she is. I think
Hmm.
the best one is probably I think in the Harley Quinn cartoon is very similar to the what.
I think it's from that Harley run that like initially like started
Yeah,
fleshing out that origin.
where
Yeah.
but there's a lot of similarities to like the Bruce Timm origin as well. But she's really smart, but she's already a little crazy. She's a little nuts,
Hmm.
So it kind of makes sense that she would go crazy. I remember they did like the Black Label comics. I think that's what it was called,
Hmm.
where it's like these are like comics before adults. They did, I think it was a Black Label for Harley, and it's basically the story of how she first meets Joker and she's his therapist. And
Hmm.
I'm like, and it was kind of cool. I had the arc somewhere. Like it was dark and it was creepy, but like it makes sense. By the end, you're like, I could totally see how she loses herself,
Hmm.
in this situation. But the Bruce Timm and the animated series, what I like is that like she really comes from like a poor background, and
Yeah.
her dad is one of those guys who just he tries to be a hustler, but he's always failing. You know, he always has like a new scam, and he's hoping that it's going to bring the family money. It's like,
Mm,
hey, we just got to all sell this, but it never works. And he has an obnoxious laugh, and he has a very crooked smile, and it's like
Mm.
it's just kind of enough, you know.
mhm.
And like there's still love there, but at the same time, there is like there is a battle between her and her parents because like her family's still alive, you know. So
Oh,
like it's very it starts getting a little bit toxic, you know. It's just like the way they're judging her and all this stuff, and so it's like the real mental side of it. It's like, oh man, she is unstable all the way to her foundations, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
but all of that just kind of helped the character, you know. We didn't actually need to see this or that happen. Just like, oh, now I'm on Harley's side. You know, we didn't need that. It's just
Yeah.
kind of extra. But as for Pamela Isley, Poison Ivy, I say maybe we don't really need it. But I did like an anime series where like she's so lonely, she tries to grow her own family and
Yeah.
how devastated she is because she can't get it to work. And I'm like, that to me is more interesting than the actual backstory, you know?
Mhm.
And same thing with Harley. Harley moving on past Joker is more interesting than like, well, what made her become Harley Quinn, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
So, yeah. I feel like I'm talking a lot.
you,
You're leading the conversation.
you're the
You know?
host.
Okay,
Yeah.
last thing. Last thing. This
Okay.
is the whole reason I brought it up because I really wanted to bring this to you, Sam. Dad and I talked about this in line while getting fried chicken,
Okay.
talking about this, and I'm like, okay,
You gotta mail me
how do
some of
we
this
make
chicken.
how do we make Bane a good guy? Because also we're talking about motivations, and we're like, well, what is Bane's motivation?
Mm.
Just to be bad? Like,
Um, this is hard because I haven't read all of the Nightfall comic. Um, I think it's like it's the challenge, you
mm,
know. I think it's that thing where it's like he's the top.
mm-hmm,
He's the echelon, you know. When you have humans in a prison environment
mm-hmm,
and humans in an experimental prison environment, you peek at Bane and that's it.
yeah,
Um, I like, and I don't know, like that is also kind of the thing where it's like they just presented this guy as like he's the big bad who's gonna do this thing, and
he can out physically fight Batman,
and
and
he
he
can
can out
outthink him.
strategize Batman. That
Yeah,
was like his
yeah.
whole concept. Yeah,
He's kind of like evil Batman, you know.
yeah,
Um, and then you have to like go and do the backstory, even though like we still don't really know his backstory. All we know is that he was an orphan, and I believe he was put in the prison once his like I think once his dad died to like
mm,
finish out the sentence that his dad
mm-hmm,
never did. Um,
mm-hmm,
so you know, um, and I feel like that's kind of all you need to know. You have a kid who's growing up in
yeah,
prison, you know, who doesn't really know the world. He knows violence. He knows
yeah,
aggression. Um, so yeah, and then he just becomes kind of a mercenary.
mm-hmm,
So yeah, I think like one, I think you'd really have to work really hard to make Bane a good guy now,
mm-hmm.
you know, because the last big thing he did was kill Alfred.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah. In the comics, yeah,
yeah, yeah. Who I'm actually surprised Alfred is still dead in the
I
comics.
know.
They're really dragging that out, and I'm
They're
like,
making it stick.
maybe, you know,
Yeah,
it's like and now not only is it always Uncle Ben who's always and forever dead, now it's Alfred.
yeah.
Um,
Damn.
but uh but yeah, because I thought about that. I know that like I wanted that to happen. I think like I Matt, you probably remember this. I wrote like a 10 season outline for what I would do with a Batman show.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, at some point like Bane switches sides.
Mm-hmm.
And of course like it's tenuous and like there's a lot of clashing, but like by the end of the show, going into the big final battle, like Bane and Batman are like, there's partners. They're partners
Mm-hmm.
and they have a respect for each other.
Was
Um,
Bane a wrestler?
Probably in prison.
Okay. Because I'm
I
thinking
don't
maybe
know.
that's his thing. He just wants to be the heel, you know? There needs to be a villain, so it's gonna be me.
Hmm. Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
So I brought up to Dad that Bane has his teddy bear. What's his name?
Oso.
Oso.
Yeah. Just
Bear
bear in Spanish.
um and I was thinking like how cool would that be if like his bear starts talking to him, like his bear is kind of his conscience, you know. And then I had to explain that episode of The Boys where we get Black Noir talking to his little imaginary friends.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
um
yeah,
and I'm like, yeah, what if it's something like that? Like, I don't know, maybe he does turn good, maybe he doesn't, I don't know. I just thought that would be a cool way to do it.
yeah. Yeah.
So, and then I did bring up Arnold and
Ventriloquist.
yeah, and Scarface. I'm like, that would be interesting if you get to a point where like he essentially kills Scarface. He doesn't need Scarface anymore. But then
Uh-huh.
Arnold realizes and has the self confidence. He's like, wait a minute, Scarface was in me the whole time. So he's like
Hmm.
this kind of meek guy, but he has the mobster abilities and the mobster strategy in his head, you know? And he's like, I think we should do this, you know?
You know what I just came up with? You like so keep that,
Mm.
realizes that it's him. It is actually him. He was
Uh,
Scarface. He did those things. But if he has that capacity, he can do that for good. So he builds a new puppet. He builds a like a Dick Tracy style puppet who
oh,
then like just the antithesis of Scarface. Scarface is the mobster, the "Rah, get the bat, like always talking down to
yeah.
Arnold. No, he builds like a Dick Tracy or like a Gray Ghost style puppet who is like taking Arnold's advice and be like, good thinking, Wesker. The good
Mhm.
plan. I think this is what we should do. It's like, yeah, just really
That
lean
is
into
so
like the
cool.
Adam Westness of of that.
That's
I don't know.
so
I think that
cool.
would be cool.
Look, man, it's taken us almost an hour, but I think we're cooking, guys. Because I also thought about remember the cyborg Batman from the animated series?
Yeah.
Mhm.
What was that machine called?
Hardak.
Hardak. And basically, it's a evil cyborg Batman comes out, and like he's able to take Batman out, and he thinks so. His protocol is to kill Batman, right?
Hmm.
But then he thinks he succeeds. He thinks he kills Batman, and he starts going crazy because like Batman's not supposed to take life. So he has this existential crisis, and I'm like, that is so awesome. Like a cyborg Batman, he ends up becoming good. You know, he's like, wait, no, I cannot kill. You know, oh,
I
I
like
like it.
it.
I like it.
I like
Wow.
it.
Let's
Well,
write it
nice.
down, put together some
Yeah,
storyboards, and get
yeah,
cooking.
Pitch it to DC.
There
yeah.
you
Yeah.
go.
DC, that's cool.
There you go.
Hmm. Batman really has the best villains. You know, like he really does.
Yeah.
Dang. Yeah. Is he going to show up in Doomsday? Who knows? Robert Pattinson just walks out of the shadows. They're like, oh,
Oh, and then they pull a reverse Doom, where like Doom stops like Thor's hammer.
hmm,
Doom's gonna obliterate like Robert Pattinson, and it looks like it happens, and then the smoke clears, and he's not there. They're like, what? Like yeah, he's dead. And then the camera just shifts behind, and Robert Pattinson's behind him, and he goes, "I had prep time." Conks in the back of the head. Done. Movie's
Wow.
30 minutes. There you go.
Have you heard anything from the new X-Men 97 season?
Uh, no, only that it's good.
Yeah,
Uh,
I'm hearing people like it.
yeah. So I think like they're doing the Age of Apocalypse stuff, or
Hmm.
like setting up to like Age of Apocalypse from like the '90s run.
Hmm.
Um, yeah. I mean, yeah, I'm hearing good things.
Wow.
Um, yeah.
Man. That's cool. I will say this. I'm excited to see Cyclops in his Cyclops outfit. Not the black leather from the Fox movies. Like,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
so, yeah. And it's James Marsden. So I'm like, all right, it's cool that they brought him back for this.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I don't know. All that to say, yeah, I think it'll be all right. I want to check it out. So,
It's a
so
worth a look at.
yeah. So the next one on my watch is Guardians 3. Still haven't watched it. So
Oh,
I'm gonna have to get
sounds
on
good.
that.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, yeah. Mhm. Spidey in 2 weeks.
Hmm.
Any non superhero movies coming out this year that you're pumped for? Oh, I guess Dune. That's this year, right?
Yeah, same day as Doomsday. That's why they also have the
What?
at the end of the trailer see it in Infinity Vision because they can't say see it in IMAX
Oh,
because
because Dune has the IMAX.
Dune has all the IMAXs.
So what's Infinity Vision?
I don't know. We don't know. I think they've
Wow.
explained it, but it's like it's not you made it up. It's a made up thing that
Really?
you're trying.
Wow.
Yes, it's a made up thing that you're trying to push
What? I'm
That's
not
because
going to get
crazy.
3D glasses for Infinity Vision?
no, Dad, you get a dome.
A dome?
You put it over your head.
Like Doctor Doom dome?
Yeah, like a Doctor Doom
Oh,
dome. Oh, and then it's just like the sphere down in Las Vegas.
yeah.
It's that, but only on your head.
Hey, as
So
long as I can get my popcorn in there, I'll go for it.
So it's just saying that it guarantees audiences a top tier cinematic experience by requiring auditoriums to feature screens at least 45 feet wide, high brightness laser projection, blah, blah, blah. So it's just basically saying the best of the best screens, but
yeah,
not
yeah,
IMAX.
yeah. It's the tippy top of the screens that we have that
Wow.
aren't IMAX. Um,
Hmm.
yeah.
Wow.
So I'm not going to
Um,
be able to go down to the dollar theater and expect to see this thing showing, huh?
Well, no, you can, but
Oh,
they're going to encourage you, like to get the real true experience. You gotta
yeah.
go.
Apparently, there was only two theaters in town to get the Odyssey in like Nolan's preferred version.
Hmm.
It's like not just IMAX, it's the specific IMAX, and both of them like broke down.
Oh, geez.
So like I don't know if anyone in town got that version of it. Like they couldn't get it to work. I was
Oh
Probably
like,
not.
man, that sucks.
That does suck.
So I do want to check it out. I've been seeing behind the scenes of
I'm
the
going
Odyssey.
tomorrow.
You are? I'm like, dude.
Hmm.
I had heard that the CGI was very minimal, but
Mm.
seeing some of the behind the scenes, I was like, wait a second. What? I think I told Dad. Did you
Yeah.
hear Matt Damon talking about the Lystragonians
Yeah.
and how it's essentially they got the largest stuntman possible to fill out the suits, but then for him and the men, they had to get all stunt people who were under 5 feet, because you had to have like the height difference. So he
Hmm.
said that he had a female stuntman as playing Odysseus. And he's like, I met her at catering and she had the best arms I've ever seen. So he's like, most of the arms in that movie are Matt Damon's, but he's like, but she did a great job. It's like, dang. But then, yeah, I saw other stuff, or I haven't seen it. I don't want
Hmm.
to get it spoiled, but I heard other ways they film like transformations and stuff, and they're like, yeah, it was all practical.
Mm.
And then I kind of saw how they did the Cyclops. I'm like,
Yeah.
this is crazy. Consensus. I don't know if it was a poll or what, but the
Okay.
consensus is Christopher Nolan is currently the most powerful director in Hollywood.
Wow.
Hmm.
And now let the debate begin because that's going all over the internet. And I'm like, well, I think that's pretty easy to say at this point. I won't say
Hmm.
he's the best, but I think powerful wise, he's got the most successful blockbusters, consistent blockbusters out of anyone. At least
Yeah,
currently.
like
Like,
currently, yeah, right now. Yeah, I mean, that's true. Like you still have your very well respected, directors like Spielberg and Scorsese.
hmm
Um, but yeah, like even then, like you hear a lot of their stories about how difficult it is to get some of their movies made or seen.
right,
I
yeah.
know Scorsese was talking about that with both The Irishman and Killers of the Flower Moon. And
hmm
both of those, people are saying like these are some of his best work.
Yeah.
Spielberg just had Disclosure Day,
hmm
which I don't think did really well.
mm
Um, so yeah, I mean, I guess like yeah, for all intents and purposes, yeah, it's Nolan, is kind of
Dang.
the reigning champ right now.
hmm Crazy.
And I bet Warner Brothers is really upset about that.
Yeah, so what happened that like I don't remember, but like
It
he decided not to work with them
well,
or
because a lot of it had to do with like Tenet and how Tenet was handled. Um,
okay.
like which to be fair, I'm also not really on Nolan's side on that argument,
hmm
but his whole thing was like I don't want this release on HBO Max. This has to be a theater. This
mm
has to be theater exclusive. Like this is, not only is this like part contract, like you agreed to do this thing. You can't renege on
hmm
that. It's also like this is how I made the movie. I made the movie to be viewed in theater as a theatrical experience. Let's not forget, it was also the height of COVID.
Yeah.
Nobody was
Yeah.
going to the
Hmm.
movies. So it
Yeah.
was like so it was this very weird thing of like Nolan is encouraging audiences to even as safely as you could go to the movies and support that.
hmm
Um, Needless to say, it didn't do well.
Yeah.
Part of that is also Warner Brothers though, because they decided that I don't remember what it was. It was like they released it in a non-conducive manner.
hmm
And then I think they pulled it, before its run was complete or something like that. So basically, like it was never going to be successful,
Yeah.
because of the situation. Um, but because Warner Brothers kind of exacerbated the situation, Nolan just was very soured on them and decided, like,
Yeah.
no, forget it. I'm never working with you again. Um, and meant it.
Yeah,
Um,
that's what happens.
and then so they hear that and every studio is now like, hey, he's kind of been Warner Brothers golden boy for years, like only
hmm
working exclusively with them. So then it's like we snap him up, we get the next Nolan movies,
Got to take
like
care of your artists.
yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, so and I think that's Universal. I
Well,
think Universal is the one that was behind Oppenheimer and now the Odyssey.
wow.
So
Cool.
yeah.
Well, moral of the story, take care of your artists.
Hmm.
I guess that's it. I guess
Okay.
that's the moral. Done. Yeah.
That's a good moral. Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go. There you
So,
go.
well, good talk, guys. Good talk.
That's fun. It's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Listeners, thank you for joining us. Let us know what your thoughts on the superhero genre are right now.
Are you
What are you looking?
fatigued? Are
Are you
you looking
fatigued?
forward to
I'm not gonna
anything?
lie. I am fatigued. I'm superhero movie fatigue for sure.
Mm,
Um, but I'm looking forward to Spidey, and for the most part, Doomsday.
mm.
So I'm just going in with checked expectations. So,
Oh, if they don't meet your
well,
your
no, I
list
mean,
of
like I'm going in.
criteria,
I'm
you're
going in
done.
with wanting to enjoy it, but at the same time, like I know what I have and haven't enjoyed from Marvel in the
Mm.
last 10 years. When did Endgame come out?
It hasn't been 10 years. I don't think.
Well, I don't know. It's getting close. I don't think it's been 10 years, but I think it's getting close.
Yeah.
So yeah, so I don't know. I'm not getting my hopes up, but I just hope I have fun. So
Yeah.
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 Thank you for joining us, everyone. Hit us up at lostlegacies@gmail.com. Let us know what you're looking forward to. Next week, we're watching, what is this movie? Iga?
Yeah. Iga.
I just Googled it to see where I can watch it. I know what this movie is. We talked
Okay.
about this before.
Did we talk about it before?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, like when it
All
came
right.
Is
out.
this
So
something
like,
that your father could watch?
Probably.
maybe. I have no idea.
You should anyway.
Yeah. So we'll figure out where to watch it. So next week we're gonna be watching Iga. Yeah. Until then, go watch a movie. That's
Go
it.
watch a movie. Mark something off of your watch list. Watch something with subtitles. Watch something from a genre you don't think you would enjoy. Watch one, and go support movies in theaters.
Now
Yes.
I feel pressure. Now this is becoming a laundry list.
Oh my god! Yeah, just
I'm
like your
getting
laundry
nervous.
list with Doomsday.
I'm
Yeah.
getting nervous.
Yeah.
But everyone, whatever you do, let us know. Until next time, get lost.
Get lost.